is able and willing, I would like you guys to please stand up out of your seats. You're going to be raising your arms side to side, so if you want to kind of stagger with your neighbor, that could be a good idea. We're just going to focus on some simple breathing techniques. I know you guys have been sitting for a while, so this is a good kind of, practice. So we're just going to stand with our shoulders back, and then as we inhale, we're going to raise our arms. So just inhale, and exhale. And then inhale, and exhale. Awesome. And now we're going to have our hands at heart center. So from here, we're going to think about the noises that we make when we laugh, the kind of that leaves our face when something funny happens. We're just going to practice laughter. First, we have to greet it. So we're going to say namaste laughter, just like this. Namaste laughter. Awesome. All right, and now we're just going to practice laughing. So ready, and cool. And now we're going to transition into warrior. So from here, be careful not to hit somebody. Yeah, cool. You're killing it. You're doing great. And now we're going to do some more laughter practice. So just hit it again. Awesome. Okay, you can take your seats again. Through laughter, you have just demonstrated that you reciprocate and understand my happiness. Laughter, of course, is a powerful tool which can be used to create more engaging and relaxing environments. So, one person captured the benefits of laughter. Dr. Madan Kataria, 1995, Mumbai, India. He was researching a medical article for a magazine which he edited on the benefits of laughter, when suddenly, from behind, came the stick of ideas and got him right on the head. And to paraphrase, he went like this: I have an idea. If laughter is so good, why don't we incorporate it into our daily lives more than we already do? And so he called out to his wife, whose name was Madhuri, and he says, Madhuri, I have this insane idea about laughter. Like, let's totally do it. Let's do this laughter thing. And she's like, dude, great idea. Let's totally implement it. And so he's like, great. Let's do this together. I love you. And she says, I love you too. And this is how married people talk when they have great ideas. So they go on down to the park and they're like, yo guys, like, anybody want to join our laughter club? And a lot of people are like, swerve, that is terrifying. I'm just trying to take a walk. Like, leave me alone, please. But 3 strangers, in fact, thought this was a great idea. And so they joined the laughter club. And then fast forward to the next week, they go on back down to the park and they stand in a circle and they tell jokes to make each other laugh. And everybody's just in hysterics. So when people see other people laughing, they want to know exactly what they're laughing about, inevitably. So when passerby saw the club, they would come over and they'd join. And everybody was just laughing and having a great time. And the weeks went past and more people joined and more people joined. Yet the same people were making the same kinds of jokes, laughing at the same kinds of things, and specifically laughing the same kind of way. So Dr. Kataria was very frustrated. He was like, I want this to be new, fun, invigorating, but this is all the same. Everybody is just not that funny, and what do I do? And suddenly, from behind, came the stick of ideas and got him again. He was like, oh, idea? If laughter is so good for us, how do we find the purest form of laughter? And then he had it. And he called out to his wife. He said, Madhuri, I have this insane idea again. Like, let's make this better. And she goes, dude, I love you. You're so smart. You're literally a genius. Like, yeah, let's implement it. And he's like, cool. So the next week, they go on down to the park again, and he has this announcement for the club. And he says, yo, guys, this is kind of random, but I had this great idea, and I studied the benefits of laughter. So today, we are going to be laughing at nothing for no reason. And everybody's like, what? I don't think this is going to work. But then it was Madhuri's time to shine. She jumped in, and she said, yo, I'm a laughter instructor. I mean a yoga instructor, but now I'm a laughter instructor too. And we're going to be implementing yoga techniques, movements, and focus on deep diaphragmatic breathing today. And they were all like, what? Is this like laughter yoga? And everybody was like, whoa, this is an insane idea. We totally dig this. Let's get right into it. And they got right into it. And it became laughter yoga. Right then and there, laughter yoga was created in that park. And it has grown globally. until there are over 5,000 laughter clubs today in over 100 countries, and it has been a smashing success. So when I learned about laughter yoga, my first thought was, how does this work? And to understand laughter yoga, we have to understand how laughter works. Laughter is a communal act. Laughter is a contagious behavioral thing in which people can catch it and just as easily pass it all along. When psychiatrists ask people why they laugh, they often mention comedy, jokes, memes, this TED Talk, or anything that they find good and funny. But the truth is, people are actually 30 times more likely to laugh when they are in a social setting than when they are alone. According to British psychiatrist Sophie Scott, people laugh when we are together. We laugh to show that we understand, agree, are part of the same group, that we like each other, and maybe we even love each other. Aww. Also, your brain cannot differentiate between real or false laughter, so this makes laughter yoga very successful. With this in mind, the chemistry of laughter in your brain is very simple and straightforward to understand. When you laugh, levels of the stress chemical, cortisol, decrease in your brain, and levels of the happy chemical, dopamine, increase in your brain. Neuroscientist Eric Herdler explains further that there are specific laughter endorphins which fire off in your brain cells, and I'm not a neuroscientist, but I understand that laughter makes me happy. So since 1995, the success of laughter yoga across the world has touched many hearts. And today, many people meet regularly just to laugh with each other. And the world of science saw this phenomenon and had the same question I did. They were thinking, how does this work? Why does this work? And so they scientifically used their science to specifically prove the health benefits of laughter yoga. In 2008, there was clinical research done in Bangalore and the US on the effects of stress hormones in your blood during laughter, basically. And so they used 20 people in a regular yoga class and 20 people in a laughter yoga class, and they studied their blood pressure. People in the regular yoga class had no change to a slight increase in blood pressure, whereas people in the laughter yoga class had a 4 to 6% average reduction in blood pressure. Now, this is just a physiological effect. In a psychological study at Deakin University, participants took laughter yoga classes daily over the course of a month. And just after the first session, participants rated their general life satisfaction and their self-esteem 15% higher than before. Then, throughout the month, and this is the craziest part, laughter yoga took anxiety and pretty much just punted it into the ocean. Laughter anxiety gave anxiety. I mean, laughter yoga can really do it all. At the end of the month, people rated their anxiety 60% lower than before, which is only 40% of original anxiety, which is just an incredible psychological effect. So everything points to Katarya's Hasaya Yoga as being an effective intervention to increase psychological and physiological well-being. Now this leads me to my next and final point. There are many well-respected media outlets who have conducted extensive research on the mental health of my generation. And the facts are plain and simple. People born from 1995 to 2006, Generation Z, are more depressed, stressed, and anxious than any other generation before or after us. According to the American Psychology Association, the average high school student today has the same levels of anxiety as an average psychiatric patient in the 1950s. That is not good. And adults try to blame this on technology more often than not. They say something like this. They go, "Why do you have clinically diagnosed depression? It's because you've been on that phone." Turns out, there are many, many more reasons than that. I will now demonstrate why my generation struggles through an interpretive dance. My generation is growing up in a time of economic uncertainty, climate calamity, poor family relations, political and humanitarian disasters at a global scale, access to drugs and alcohol. And we are growing up in a struggling education system. My generation is not doing well, and so many of my peers have mental illness or go through short-term situations in which there are mental effects which we cannot process in the same way that mental illnesses affect our mind. So laughter yoga cannot cure mental illness, but it can make our days a little bit better. And it is now, with these statistics, it is now that more than ever, we need to critically change our focus as a young society to just physical hygiene to also incorporate psychological hygiene. Laughter yoga is a way that we can stay happy and healthy collectively, and this will maybe make our minds more tranquil and allow us to lead possibly more fulfilling lives. As I said before, laughter is a necessary part of communication in which we convey understanding, happiness, love, and the feeling of freedom. Laughter yoga is the perfect environment to let go of everything and be extraordinarily happy. We need more things to laugh at in our lives, and laughter yoga should be one of those things. So here's my advice to you. Forget the day, forget social stress, forget jokes. Get out there, breathe, and just laugh for no reason. Thank you.